blessing me for a first time, kindly subscribe to the channel. It's a beautiful morning, and yeah, my life lately is more peaceful than I have ever experienced it before. There is a real magic that comes with growing up, and I'm just excited. I feel I've reached a level that I'm making more intentional decisions about myself than ever before, and I'm super grateful for that. Yeah, I woke up this morning with a bit irritated eyes, and I think I have a red eye. See, um, because 2 days back, my daughter completed her exam and they were sent home. But one day later, she developed a red eye. I don't know where she got it, but I suspect probably from the shop where she usually runs to buy some snacks. So, so far, I have irritation in my eyes, and I think I have a red eye. That is not even thinking I do have, only that it's not severe. Even one of my little children has got a red eye, but the baby has not yet got. And today, my sons came back home from school, the one who are in boarding school. Today they came back, and I'm really worried about this red eye issue in the house. They are playing, they are touching each other, they are just excited to meet each other. So I don't know how I'm going to handle it, but I'm okay with it anyways, because I know it's a condition that is self-limiting. So welcome as you join the live. I like the video and also participate in the comment section. It's a beautiful thing to chat together, and I love to see you letting me know your opinions in the comment section down below. So life of late has been very, very peaceful, and I just want to share a little bit about that. How does it feel to be peaceful? It's a beautiful feeling that is not easy to explain, but you can just realize inside of you, like you are happy as though everything about you is exactly the way you want it to be. And you get this feeling like it is okay, even if there is any problem. That problem does not move you, it doesn't give you sleepless nights. Yeah, you just learn to drive the life and not the life to drive you. See, of recent, I've been having a lot of me time. I've been spending a lot of time with myself, and taking self reflection of how my life has been of the recent and how it has been before. And I could purely see a clear difference between my life before and now. I looked at the different aspects of my life before. I looked at my financial life, and I saw I was struggling, and the decisions that I made were sometimes made either out of emotions, financially, they were made erratically without putting in any intentional thinking. And when I flashed back, I was like, wow, why did I even make this financial decision before? And then I also looked at my relationships. Guys, I was so shocked. Yeah, I settled down and looked at my relationships 10 years back. I looked at the kinds of friends that I had, how I spent my time, how I interacted with those people. I also looked at my relationship with my spouse, and I compared it with the relationships that I've built now. I was like, God, I wish this had happened uh, very many years back. My life would be even bigger than this. Yeah, there is power in self reflection, because if you don't give yourself a me time where you take the time to internalize yourself, keep yourself off the noise of the world, like you're just there alone doing nothing but making those reflections, it makes a big difference in your life. You know, I looked at my relationships before. There are relationships that I made which were not necessary. Yeah, there are friends that I invited into my life, and I saw they were even the reason why I wasn't happy. And somehow, somewhat, naturally, nature separated us. And these are not maybe romantic relationships, but they are just casual social relationships, and they were always relationships which were surrounded with jealousy, surrounded with um, how do I say it? People who don't actually adapt to your life. Instead, they are draining you and taking you back, giving you that negative energy, you know? And these relationships were not actually helpful. I had this particular relationship um, with a certain friend of mine that I may not mention on the live, but I just want to share how it felt. This was a person that I treated with a lot of respect, and I shared a lot with her. And given the fact that this was a person that I saw is older than me and can advise, but actually I didn't know that this was a person who was jealousy about my progress. So it took me a while. I saw the red flags most of the times, but I ignored them, and I thought maybe, no, it's me who is not seeing well. And I know even most of you out there, you could be having this kind of social friends who actually are jealousy about your progress, or who don't want to see you growing any far above their circle. And but you can't see, they always pretend, they tend to put on this mask that you cannot easily understand them. I've been there before, and God and nature just allowed these people to be exposed. And you know, somehow I got to know actually the red flags that I had these friends who actually behaved. You know, when you're women, there are certain small things that you may ignore, but they tell a lot about the people in your circle. If you have this person in your circle, for example, if you're married, yeah, and this person relates more to your relatives than she relates with you. She shares more with your relatives, or shares more with your spouse than she shares with you. My dear, be careful with the kind of person you're dealing with. And if this person is also a person who always, maybe if you're having ups and downs in your marriage, and she's this person who is more supportive on your spouse, like there's nothing happening between the two of you, and they are more supportive of your spouse than they actually support you during the time when your household is on fire. Be careful about that as well. That person could be one of the people who want to burn you up, but they don't have access, and anything can easily happen. And also, if you have this person, be it a man or be it a woman, and you have this friend who usually wants to dress exactly the way you dress. Whatever clothes you buy, they go and look for the same. Yeah, whatever hairstyle you plait, they go and do the same. Be careful. Most people who are jealous, you have a spirit of jealousy. That's how they behave. They want to show you that they can actually afford what you're affording. And, you know, but there is no way they can physically tell you because they are your friend. So they want to be close to you, so they know more about you, and it will be just a matter of time that that bomb goes off. So you have to be very, very careful because those are some of the toxic relationships. Yeah, toxic relationships that can be going on in your life. And within a matter of time, if anything serious happens to you, those people can take a chance to dance on you, and you cannot believe whether these are the same people who have been your friends. So these are people who want to know everything about you, what is going on in your home. Do you know that somebody can even just get jealousy of you over nothing? Like you've not done to them anything, but you just see somebody is taking on you, and you can't really tell what's wrong with this person. So yes, uh, Sam, you're welcome, and Flavio, Antonio, you're welcome to the live stream. So you see, this kind of people, we live with them. You cannot have enemies far away from you. So why I'm saying that I'm a bit more peaceful in my life now, because I was this person who was very, very lazy or weak in handling my relationships, putting up boundaries, saying a no, because I was always more concerned about what is the other person going to think. I don't want to hurt them, even when I knew that actually the behavior of this person is nagging me, but I couldn't put up. I would try to avoid, but somehow I don't want them to know. I don't want to tell them off that the way you're behaving is not good towards me. So I struggled with this so much until I think God just helped me to get out of this kind of behavior. That's when I took intentional. That's when I became very, very. Um, Sam is asking, should we say no to everyone? Yeah, that's not the case, but you should always be very analytical about the people around you. Yeah, there are people who are just toxic. When they are around you, they just don't want to see your happiness. Yeah, you just have to be careful with your relationship. Not everybody is bad, but there are people who can come into your life as friends and turn out to be somebody else or something else and give you a lot of hard time. So if you don't identify those people early, they can be a source of your unhappiness and anger all the time. So yeah, when I took my personal moments of having me time and reflecting upon my life, I realized that it was time for me to move on. The first thing that I did was to stop being bothered by the behavior of people. I just let people be. Yeah, let people be. The moment you let people be, you find peace in yourself. Yeah, sometimes people behave a certain way because they have chosen to behave that way. So if their behavior is not in alignment with your values, just let those people be. Yeah, the truth is there are some people who are worthy to be loved at a distance. It doesn't mean that Every person you love should be in your closest circle. Yeah, you can love somebody, but at a distance. No, there are people that we want to bring so close to us to know everything about us when they are actually people who are not for us. Yeah, but we keep on pulling them towards us, we keep on wanting them to be with us, but actually when they are not meant. Okay, why would you wait for a certain situation to come up that you will part ways badly? So it's better that you do it logically, that I know this person, I know their character, I know their behavior, and I can't put out with it. So let me love this person at a distance. Yeah, you can reduce the number of times you're hanging out with that person. Make yourself busy with other things and with people who give you positive energy and positive vibe, you know? So sometimes this is the necessary evil that we have to do. Yeah. Because this thing tortured me a lot. That's why I feel like I should help somebody out there today. Yeah. Because sometimes these people can even be our immediate relatives, you know? And you know how it is difficult to distance from a relative. But if you have this relative who is always giving you that attitude all the time, you know, yeah, it doesn't mean that you hate them if you distance yourself from them. Yeah, and you don't put them amidst that circles, the immediate circles that you have. Sometimes it helps and it gives you this peace of mind. Yeah. So that journey is a journey that I walked, and it was like I was walking through a desert. You know, sometimes it gets hot. Yeah, you feel inside in you, you're torn apart. What should I do with this person? Should I call them off and tell them you're like this or you're like that? Should I burst out in anger and maybe act also the way they have acted? No, you don't have to do that. You know, sometimes silence speaks louder than the words that we echo out. When you choose to keep quiet when somebody is hurting you, you're sending a serious message to that person. And if somebody has a brain, they are actually going to sense it, that this person is different. There's something that is not okay. Yeah. You know, you don't have to put up, put down a fire using a fire. Okay. Sometimes you just flare up everything. But if you decide to keep quiet, it's one way of mending things that are not working. Yeah. Either it will force the person to make things right, or they will realize that this person has known about my character and I think they've just lost interest in me and they will walk away. That would have helped you to solve a very big problem. Actually, on my case, I just decided to keep quiet and go silent and start doing other projects. And some of these people actually started disappearing because when they gave me calls, I would be very busy. I would be engaged. I would be doing some other things. So I really didn't have the time for them. And they realized that I think I've moved on with my life. And I'm so happy now that that peace of mind that I have now is far, far better than what I was before. You know, because I was this person who everybody would call when they have a problem. Yeah, this one calls, I have problem with money. This one calls, I have a problem with my relationship. The other one calls, I have a problem with this and that. The other one calls, I've quarreled with so and so. So it was a lot. It was too much. It was like I was the center of negativity. Yeah. So you find yourself, you're the one thinking for the problems of others. Yeah. You're the one thinking, and these thoughts break you emotionally when you don't know. Because you're thinking and you're trying to feel emotions of another person that you don't even understand. So every time first of all, you have your own problems as a person. Now you're adding other problems of other people. So you can imagine the weight all that is putting on you. Yeah, you go and sleep and you're having a lot of emotional thoughts for your friend, for your brother or sister, for maybe a church member, for so and so. So it's a lot. You get a bit confused in chaos. And actually, when you're in that kind of life, it is very difficult for you to move on. Very, very difficult for you to move on with life. It keeps you stuck in a certain position because instead of you thinking about things that will grow you, that will take you ahead, your mind is preoccupied with this negative energy that you are attracting to yourself. And by the end of it all, you seem to just rotate in that circle. Yeah. So if you have 10 friends, this one is sending you a problem that they have. The other one, the other one, the other one. My dear, that kind of circle of friends is a toxic circle. You should be in a circle of friends that build you up, friends that support you, build you up. But if you're in a circle of friends that are always interested in problems, yeah, you know, I don't want to say that people shouldn't have problems. I want you to get me right. Yes, people have problems, but there are these friends with chronic problems and they want you to personally be involved in their problems on personal basis. You have to be careful of these kind of toxic relationships. They are not good relationships for you or for anybody else. So you have to be sensitive and secure yourself, secure your peace. I did that because I came to understand that if you ignored that friend of yours with their problem, somehow they will always figure out a way to solve their personal problems. Yeah? They will not fail to solve their problems. So stop being a part of your friend's problems, especially when you know that that problem is above your means, you can't handle it. Please, for your own life, stop it. Somehow they will figure out how to go about that problem. They will let you know a few months later that they solved their own problem. So that is one step that I took, and I made sure I handle as minimal problems as for myself first. So it gave me a lot of ample time to reflect on me because I was not having these emotions from everybody in my mind. So I had time to think about me and grow myself. Then I interested myself so much in personal development, online courses, yeah, and they really helped me a lot. I had to study myself. I had to analyze my character and my personality. Why was I becoming a culprit to this kind of behavior? Why are people seeing me as the one who is more vulnerable to listen to their problems? And they realize that my personality, because I'm this person who is very passionate about people and kind, so everybody, yeah, thought this is it. Yeah. So, but when I came to know that, yes, yeah, that is the strength I have, but sometimes it can come to be a weakness. Yeah. So when you come to know yourself and understand yourself more, yeah, you will make more informed decisions and you will stop actually being involved in these unnecessary kind of things. Yeah. So yeah, my personal development journey, I decided to start doing actually even financial courses because I came to understand that my financial life was not good. I was, yeah, I was working, earning money, but somehow, because of the kind of toxic relationships that I was having, yeah, this person calls you, I want this amount of money, you send. I want that amount of money, you send. By the end of the month, I could hardly make it through. I was in debt, I didn't have money, and yet I earned money, and how I spent it, you don't want to know. Yeah. And I know you're out there and you could be doing the same mistake. You earn your money and your friends spend all your money. I want to save you from embarrassment of retiring without anything in your pocket. So I decided to take a money course. Yeah, an online money course. I didn't pay much for that money course, by the way. I think I paid 150,000 Ugandan shillings, yeah, for that course. And it taught me the money psychology, how I should think about money, saving, yeah, investing. Yeah, so I started doing that actually. I started doing that, and it took me less than 2 years to realize that I could buy my own land in my own names that had failed to do for the longest time. And then I could also start doing my tree planting project. And I already planted my trees, which I couldn't do before. Yeah, because I was overwhelmed by a lot of people who were depending on me. They were draining my emotions, they were draining my finances, and I was just hopeless. I didn't know what to do. But I'm super, super excited about this. Actually, when I got informed more on my finances, yeah, I started doing my savings. I started doing developmental things. I started up my business. So I was just wondering if I'd done this before, I think I would have been too far, far away from where I could even be now. So I want to help somebody out there that in Africa, there is what we call black tax. Yeah? Black tax is this money that relatives ask you. This relative calls, this friend calls, the other friend calls, and there is a number of ways we are getting ourselves into this black tax. This black tax comes in terms of party contributions. Yeah, you may find in a week you're invited to contribute for like 10 parties. Yeah, this one is a birthday party, the other one is a wedding party, this one is an introduction party, the other one is a baby shower, the other, so many parties. And these people who are organizing those parties, they put up a party with a big budget when they can't even contribute for their own party, and they expect you to contribute, and they even have guts to say so and so has not contributed. Mm? Or they tell you you're coming for this baby shower or for this birthday or for this and that, and please let's contribute 100,000 for this party. My dear, if you're struggling financially, reflect reflect on that behavior. Yeah, maybe you're surrounded by such friends. Friends who are toxic, friends who are draining you, Friends who are not growing, they can't even say that let's form a savings club. Those kind of friends are not helpful at all. Yeah? Friends who can't do anything developmental with you. Mm? They are only present for you to contribute. Yeah? For you to, generally, there is nothing they are adding up on you. There is a saying that if you're among five fools, you are the sixth fool. Yeah? So if you are among 10 friends, or say 5 friends who are not involved in any developmental activities at all, just know that you are the sixth one who is that way. Yeah? And if you're among friends where you are the most high person who can contribute, you are the most better off, just know that is not a group for you. It's not a circle of friends worth staying with. Just look for another circle of friends to start life with. Sometimes we struggle to do it. mm? But if you want to grow in life, face it. If you want to have more peace, face your fears. And most of the things that make us restless and unpeaceful are relationships and money. Once your relationship life and your money life is jumbled up, just know you're not going to have any peace. Yeah? Just know you're not going to have any peace. Because everybody, it is natural. We need good relationships. They contribute a lot to our growth. We need money. Money contributes a lot. Yeah? Over 90% of everything we do on this earth needs money. Hmm? Everything you do needs money. To a certain extent, it needs money. It is not totally free. So don't be deceived. Yeah? You actually need to take these relationship issues and money issues very intentionally and personally. There's nobody who is going to fix them for you unless you do it by yourself. Okay? You have to reflect on your relationship life, your social life. Look at your friends. If you're a married woman or a married man, look at your relationship with your spouse. Look at your relationship with your children. If they are not sorted, if those relationships are not good, believe you me or not, in life, in the future, it's going to hit you back and it will hit you hard. You will not have peace. You will cry. You will cry. That is the truth. Mm? And when these relationships are sorted, you're happy, you're in a happy mood, you're excited, you're happy about everything is going on well. There's no reason why you will fail to make money when you're around happy people. When you're around people who are cheering you up, people who are happy for what you're doing. Yeah? There is no way you can fail to make money. Yeah? You go out there when you're in that happy vibration, you attract good things. Life will move on like, yeah. So recently, my life has been very, very peaceful. That is what I just want to say. And I'm very, very grateful about it. I'm very grateful about it. And one thing that I have also that I also want to share with you is about my working in the village. Yeah, that was a bit about my personal life where I'm very peaceful and how it feels, Vanag. It feels good to be peaceful. Very, very good. Eh? If I'm to say it enough, you can't even feel hungry, eh? Like you feel like eating. Peace is like food to the soul. Yeah? If you're a wife, you will see your husband coming back and you're just smiling. You will see your wife coming back and you're just smiling. You're excited. You will see your children and you're happy. Yeah? When you go to work, you will be happy because you have the peace. There's nothing that is disturbing you. Financially, you are saving. You're not worried that supposing something happens, what will I do? You know you have an emergency account that is having some money. Yeah, you know you have money that you put aside, that you've budgeted for food. You have money that you've budgeted for school fees of your children. It is sorted. Tell me why you'd be disorganized in such a life. So that life does not just come like that. Hmm? You have to make up for it. You have to be very intentional about your life. Don't become intentional tomorrow. Start now. Get time every day. Reflect on yourself. Sit down and look at your financial life. How are you doing financially? Do you have a savings account? How do you spend your money? Do you even budget for your money? Do you know how much money you spend in a month? How much money you save? How much money do you save for emergency? That money for emergency, you don't touch it. It is money which is there, seated. It's not money for shopping food every day. It is money to back up you when there is any emergency situation. Hmm? It is like your insurance. And that money should not be like in a fixed account. It should be in an account that you can wake up anytime and pick it. You can even decide to put that emergency money in your phone if you're very sure of your pin that nobody can what? Can access it and go away with your money. You can keep it there. So anytime you have an emergency, you just rush and get that money and use. Okay? And then you also at least be organized in your life. Have your budget. Yeah? Budget for your things. Budget for everything that you do. Yeah, I'm this kind of person before who used to just get up and if I get money, I just carry my money in the bag. If I met my friend who says, Monang, life is not good nowadays. About what? When she just starts telling me their problems, I pick 100K. Have. Yeah? If they have any problem, yeah, you just pick, have. Even if somebody has not asked me, I'm this person who used to work with money and I just want to impress you. If I meet you, we greet each other like long time. Hey, how is home? How are the children? And I pick, I give you. You go and buy for yourself. Go and buy for the children bread. Go and buy this. Go and buy the other. Oh, this is my thank you from you for you. Have it. Go and use. Yeah. I'm not saying it's bad to help people. It is good to help, but have it in a budget. Yeah? Budget for helping people. If like you want to help people and you earn your salary, say 1 million a month, yeah? You budget so that maybe 200,000 is for helping people. Anyone who calls needing help for this month, the budget for helping is 200,000. So every time a person calls, you remove from that 200. You don't tamper with your savings for helping people. Because one thing, by the way, that you should even have in your mind is that sometimes people can call you for help, maybe lend me money, and they never pay back. So in life, you lend out what you are willing to lose. In case the person refuses to pay you, lend out what you know that that person will still remain your friend even if they fail to pay you. But if you know that if you give them that money and they fail to pay, it's going to hurt you, my dear. Don't lend. Don't give. Give what is in your budget for giving. Yeah? What is in your budget for helping people is what you should pick and give to people. I did that. I am this person. I had these friends who knew when salary clicks the account, they know that salary, you've got salary. Calls become calls, morning, evening, night. Eh? And they have these calls. When they call, they start telling you problems. We have friends who even call when they're supposed to go for VD. Yeah? But people, why do you behave like that? Hmm? You know that visitation for your children is going to be next week. You know I'm also a parent, I have children to visit. But you're calling me to tell me, ah, I'm supposed to go and visit children. I need money for visitation. Let's be serious. Hmm? At least just call me and tell me I'm going for visitation. Eh? Can you say hi to the children when I'm at school? That is better. But you can't have your children in boarding school. And visitation reaches, you're not even planned for visitation. Tell me the reason why you wouldn't save money. Every month you put aside 20K or 50,000. That this money, I'm keeping it aside for my children's visitation. But you wait for visitation day, it's when you start running up and down. My friends, all those things show signs of living a life which is, um, you're living a life without any budget. And this is very dangerous. Eh? You can easily have a financial accident if you have that kind of behavior. So, being intentional about your life can transform you and make you very different and give you peace. That is the truth. It will transform you and give you peace. Hmm? But if you don't be intentional, there's nobody who's going to be intentional for you. So it is very, very important for us to carry on life with intentionality. Everything you do, be intentional about it. Just don't do things for just. Do things intentionally for you, for yourself. Okay? So that is it about my peace. My peace has come from two areas: dealing with my relationships, having positive relationships, and number two, working on my finances. It has given me real peace. Another thing that I want to handle, leaving that apart, we are having a chat, by the way. So continue bringing your questions and comments in the comment section. I want to share my life working in the village. You know, what does it feel like to work in the village? Hmm? Most people actually, when you speak of working in the village, they even wonder, in the village, what are you doing? Hmm? In the village, we have services just like the way we have in urban areas. And also, know that in the village, we have people living there who want these services. Yeah. There are hospitals in the villages, there are schools in the villages, there are sub counties in the villages. What else do we find in the villages? A lot of things are in the villages, actually. And village is one place that you can work in, just like the very way you work in any office in an urban area or in town. So, one thing that you want to know, that you have to know, how does it feel like working in the village? First of all, in the village, you're working with a very diverse community. You're working with a community with diverse cultures and habits. Hmm? There are village habits that you have to tolerate. because most of them are are influenced by the cultural beliefs of people. Yeah. And these beliefs are forming the habits, the behavior of that people, of those people. So if you're working in the village, just know that you are not going there to work to change people in one day. So that's what it feels like to work in the village. You're working with people with diverse cultural beliefs. Maybe you're working even in the village which does not share the same culture as you. Hmm? So in the village, you don't bring what we call in Uganda lugezgezi. If you bring lugezgezi in the village people, they handle things in a different way. Yeah, they can even beat you up. They can use violence. Leave that alone. Village people don't care. They don't fear people. Either you read your books or not, they will manhandle you. So just know, working in the village, you're working with a community with different cultural beliefs and behaviors or habits. So as you go there, go when you're humble to work in the village. Okay? And also know that in the village, we have low levels of awareness of almost everything. So if you're going to work there, remember you are an informed person about the field that you're going to work in, either health, social work, name it. For you, you are aware of these things. Not that you're going to work with a community who is not aware of what you're specialized in. So you have to be very, very patient working in the village. To transform those people, it takes time. Others may never transform, others will transform. So working in the village calls for patience, passion, and resilience. You don't give up. You don't give up even if they abuse you and you know you're right. Just know that this type of people I'm working with, this is the way they are. Give them the right information. Be reserved. Have self-control. In the village, I've been here for a longest time. Yeah, you will speak the same thing today, speak the same thing tomorrow, speak the same thing the other day. But the person will remain behaving that very way. So you don't start giving that attitude, yeah, to the patient, that mean to the people you're serving. Like, I don't care about you, I don't do this, I don't do that. Idea. You have to be very calm, self-controlled if you want to work in the village and create impact and create change. The Baganda say okwefuga. You have to control yourself if you're working in the village, because the understanding is very different. And know that in the village, the villagers are a free community. They're entitled to their reasoning the way it is. So you don't even have the right to confront their reasoning and say this and that. Your work is to give information and end there. Decision making is on their own. So let me see what Sam is saying. Should we ignore the people who hurt us forever? Now, ignoring, there is, if you want to heal yourself, yeah, if somebody hurts you, if you want to heal yourself, you will heal yourself by forgiving that person and letting go. Because if you do not do that, And part of forgiving and letting go is ignoring like nothing happened. Because if you have this attitude in you that you're still hurting about that person, you're going to continue to hurt. Yeah. And you're going to be affecting yourself, not the other person. So by ignoring people who hurt you or letting them be, you're actually helping yourself to heal. Because one, you have control over yourself, but you don't have control over how that person thinks, how they feel about you, what they want to do to you, but you have control over how you want to feel about that person, how you want to treat them. You have control. And by the way, if you don't treat them well, or if you don't ignore them and let them be, if they insist hurting you and you don't let them be, you're going to hurt yourself the more than even the other person. Yeah, for them, they are enjoying the game. It is you who will be suffering. So it's better to ignore them and let them be and move on with your life. If that information has helped you, let me know. If not, you can still go ahead and use my WhatsApp line on the and then we talk about that. Forgiving is always not easy depending on what the person hurt you, but it's a process. You can actually heal from that and release yourself. Okay, so thank you, Sam. Okay, that is beautiful. So I'm still taking you about how working in the village feels like. Yeah, working in the village calls for collaboration with so many people. Yeah, which includes the religious leaders. Yeah, the LOC ones. We have the VHTs and the teachers in school. You have to involve all those people if you want to create a good impact, yeah, in creating change in the village, because change comes from inside, yeah, inside the person. It is not you who is talking, who is giving change. You're only giving information, but the whole transformation part is in the life of the other person whom you're giving the information. So because these religious leaders, these teachers in schools, the VHTs, those are the village health team members, yeah, and also the clan leaders are people who are always available in the lives of these people in the village. They have interacted with them for the longest time of their life. And there are people these people also look up to. They hear them, they listen to them more. So involving these people in giving information that you want to pass to the villagers, uh, it really helps to cause an impactful change in your village. Mm? And then let's also see, what does the community see when they see a health worker? You know, I'm still giving you information on what it feels like to work in the village. I'm a health worker, that's why I'm specializing in this. It's like if you're a teacher, what does a community see when they see a teacher? First of all, when a community sees a health worker, they see a hospital. That is if you're working in the village. So that's why you see in the village, when you're a health worker, you a moving hospital or a moving clinic. Either you're walking to the market, or you're walking to a burial ceremony, or you're walking to church. You will not fail to meet somebody who is beckoning you, stopping you. Masao, Masao. Masao means a health worker in my country. They will stop you, and then you stop to greet them, and then they tell you, like for me, I'm an eye health worker. They will tell you, My eye is paining. Which medicine do I put? So that is village. You are in a burial, you will find people asking you about the problem that you're solving in the community. So you should be willing to put up with all this if you're thinking of working in the village. You will have your neighbor call you to go and treat their child at home. So what you may do is to give those people information that please, as a health worker, it's unprofessional for me to treat you in your home. You're supposed to come to a hospital. That's why hospitals are constructed. You're supposed to come there, have investigations done on you so that we can give you appropriate treatment. But here on the road, I cannot examine you. I cannot give you appropriate treatment. You know, that's the lifestyle that our people have grown up in the rural community. They have a feeling since you're a medical worker, you can do it everywhere you go. Even when you're in a hospital, which is not your center of employment, yeah? It's not the organization employing you. Like I'm in Palisa district, like if I go to another district, a village person may expect you to go and work there. Yes, you have the knowledge, but professionally, that's not your duty station. So if anything happens, you could be held reliable. But our people in the community don't have that that knowledge about that. They know that if you go anywhere, you're supposed to work, you're supposed to do what? That place where you're going has professionals that are working there. In any case, if you're to work there, if you're to give any support, it should be with authorization of the people heading that institution. You don't take yourself everywhere because you're a medical worker and you want to work. So, but in the village, that is not realized. Our people don't know. So, if you tell them that I'm not going to work on you and you end there, they will not understand it. They may say that medical worker is proud. They don't know the what? The limitations about that. Okay. And then the other thing, they also think when they see a medical worker, they've seen medicines. Yeah. In the village, people expect a medical worker to be moving with medicines everywhere they go. Yeah, so people will ask you, give me some paracetamol, give me some this, give me some that, give me the other. So, Esther, I'm coming. You tell him you will come back after. Okay? Yeah. So you will children are back home. I don't know how I'll be streaming these live streams. I think I'll have to change time for streaming because as you're streaming, they are calling. Okay. So it's a bit challenging. So these people who live in rural areas, they expect you to move around with medicines. Yeah. Like anytime when they ask you, you're able to give them what? Medicine. And then they also have this behavior of sending medical workers. Remember, you're staying in the community with them. Yeah. So when you're staying in the community with them, you become a friend in the community. So you will find them, they even become so free with you, which is not bad because apart from our professional work, we also have a social life to live. But you find them coming to you. As you go to the hospital, you bring for me some Flagyl. Yeah? Bring for me some Flagyl. Bring for me some Coartem. I'm feeling headache. Bring for me, yeah, you see that kind of thing. It is not professional. So all this, it calls for educating these people. Yeah. So what is Sam saying? Will we have work in there? Will we have work in there? I don't know exactly what you mean by this question, but if you're meaning like, are there jobs in the villages? Yes. By the way, jobs are in the village. That is the truth. Only that there are people who fear to work in the village. Sometimes because they feel they cannot handle village setting, or they think it is too boring or too difficult to be in the village. Some people just have the taste of working in town. But in the villages, there are a number of job opportunities. That is the truth. The number of job opportunities in the village and the standard of living in the village is quite affordable. If you're somebody who is starting out life in the job market and you get a job in the village setting or in the rural areas, please go and work. Because if you start your work in the village, you will save more in terms of food, in terms of rent. That is the truth. You will save more. And if you're somebody who has uh, if you're somebody who has a good saving mentality, you will actually flourish in the village. You'll be surprised. There's a way people underrate the village, yeah, but village can give you a boost in growing. You'll even have an opportunity to learn more about life and get big project ideas working in the village. Personally speaking, I've worked in the village for 13 years. This is my 14th year working in a rural setting. I've never worked in town. But to tell you the truth, my life is not bad. It's not bad. You will save, you will develop in the village. Yeah, if you want to have property in town, you will have your savings, your payment. First of all, the salary scale is the same. Either you're working in an urban area or you're working in the village. Your salary scale remains the same. The only difference is that the other person is having this enjoyment of feeling the urban, yeah, vibe. They call it vibe, yeah. You're partying, you're doing what, yeah, that kind of urban lifestyle. But in the village, our life is peaceful. Sam, you've said it well. Life in the village is very peaceful. Very peaceful. That is very true. Yeah, so if you're thinking of looking for a job, you can start up in the village. In the villages, I've told you about sub counties. We have parish chiefs, we have accountants. At least we have, because parish chiefs, every parish must have a parish chief. Yeah, actually, you can find there are some parishes that are having two parish chiefs. So if you have your good documentation and you can present yourself and defend yourself during a job interview, you can get a job in the village. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about working in the village. So I think I got to end this live now. So if you've not yet subscribed to my channel, go to my channel's bio and click to subscribe. And then also like the video and leave me a comments. I have a number of videos that I've done there. Also follow up and watch some of my educative videos. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sam. See you next time. Bye.